The large spherical crystalline moon of Geoloon begins to crest over the horizon off of the eastern side of Hearth. And just as it does, it wakes as long as everyone else does, along with everyone else of Blue Falls. Our party starts to stir and gather their things for a long trek east, not over roads or through the woods, but under the ground in something called the Wandering. A network of tunnels, not charted by many, but it is rumored that it can bring them all the way from Blue Falls to a place called Bearden's Hollow. What do you do?
Does everybody have the gear that they need?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm ready.
Okay.
Uru has joined you, at least for your the start of your sojourn, and this is the introductory of your journey. A tall Goliath, bald, thin head, looks like he's been stretched about a foot longer than an average-sized human, but that is normal to say for the features of Goliath for us who are humans who look upon. And he's got several straps and bags and things, as well as two crossbows tied to his side, as well as a bandolier with looks like to be javelins on his back. And he makes his way over to you, or he's in your vicinity, and he just sort of looks eager and ready to move.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Are you sure about this, Uru? You don't want to evacuate your people?
We've been able to keep Blue Falls safe. We can bring them, but we will be missing out on. I would come with you, but Twin Shields won't budge. Dorsane is tied to the up flow.
It's your choice. I look over at Varsha. What about the kids?
Is it still to Uru?
Yeah. Well, unless any other members of the Twin Shields are here.
He does take a moment to pause, think of the right words.
The kids are in good hands. Twin Shields have defended us. And so have we. We are not the fighting force you all are, but we know our way around these cliff sides better than any swarm. And if it wasn't for me, I feel like you would have tumbled like a boulder off the side of the cliff.
As he sort of gestures towards your armor.
Fair enough.
Good luck.
You as well. You need anything before you head out?
No, I think we have everything we need. Thank you.
Of course. I've already gone ahead and I've set some of the scouts down with some of your people who are traveling with you. They are going to deliver some food as well. So, a lot of mouths to feed. And you have the fish. Before it spoils, you have maybe 2-3 weeks before. Depending on how well they're kept, but
Thank you.
Of course.
How long should it take us to get through these caves?
I hear it's anywhere between 2 to 6 weeks travel. Depends on if you find the right cavern that can take you there. From what I gather as well, the packed trail is what you want to stay on. The frequented, treaded dirt will lead you where you need to go. But they are called the Wanderings for a reason. A lot of disorienting things down there. A lot of things that can throw you off. It's very dark. I don't assume you all could have means of seeing in the night.
Yeah, we'll be okay.
Very well. Do be careful if you are to light a torch down there. There are fungi and different plant life down there that will absorb the heat and the light, and will make it much worse if you were to have a torch or a fire.
Okay. No fire then.
No fire.
Well, you can have a fire, just be careful. Not sure if there's anything else I should warn you about. I'll send a... You've never been to Bearden's Hollow. None of you been through the Wandering before.
No.
Alright, I'll send a scout with you. How's that?
Thank you.
Any spare one?
I believe we can. Let me...
I glanced to Smith like, can they actually?
Yeah, make an insight. Whoever would like. Horse with a 19. Yeah, as he says, yeah, we can spare one. You could definitely tell that he's not confident that he could.
Right. Okay. Actually, we should be okay. I mean,
You sure?
yeah, it would be. Yeah, we'll be all
Would
right.
be really useful.
I mean, it would, but that's also 2 to 6 weeks where they'll be gone. Because they'd have to take us there and then come back, and we'll be okay.
Fair. Very fair. Right. Well, it's right this way. I'll walk you there, of course.
And I believe as you're walking and talking, is there anything else anybody wants to do here in town? Last call.
Oh,
If you want to go grab something, you can. If you want to go buy something like minimal, go for it.
I've done that.
I'm gonna buy some. I'm gonna buy a rope and probably got enough torches. Maybe just a little bit of extra food. I'll buy a few rations.
Yeah, super fair.
Mr. Tai, I know that they said no fire or torches, or at least minimal, but there's something I wanted to tell you about your... May I see your weapons real quickly, please?
Well, the sticks or the bow?
The sticks.
Take both the sticks out of the thing that I have on my hip to hold them in, hand them to him.
Okay. I grab the non-infused one from him straight away. I get on my knees and I reach into my pouch and I coat it with a graying substance which hardens instantly, and I give it back to him. Okay. So I want you to try and strike the infused stick against the one I just gave you.
Why?
To test something.
Strike them together.
Okay. How hard do you strike them together?
Not as hard as I can, not too weak.
Okay. All right. In which case, you do it like you're striking a match. And as you do, a 60-foot wide range of light appears, 30 foot in dim light, 30 foot bright light, 30 foot dim light from you as
Whoa.
your infused weapon, your radiant weapon, now is
whoops.
glowing.
Oh.
That's sweet.
So,
that's going to be useful. That's only if I hit them together. How do I turn it off?
so with your hand, I think you're wearing gloves, yes?
No.
It shouldn't matter. Just run your hand over the glowing stick, just like this, in one swift motion.
All right. You say?
Or tuck it under your armpit and pull. Same difference.
All right. Now imagine I'm trying to sneak up on a geezer behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I get up behind him and I hit him on the back of the head. Is it going to create a fucking beacon of light for all of his mates or what?
No. Only if you drag downwards on something rough like I did to your other weapon.
Right. All right.
You could strike it off of the weapon, and that'll light it apparently, and then and sheathing it somehow using your hand will diminish it.
Right.
Sweet.
Well, that'd be pretty useful, wouldn't it? Thank you, Jet.
I love that.
You're welcome.
Was that a potion? You just I know it was a tinkering thing, but did you used a solution like a potion liquid to do that, Jet?
Oh no. So I just used some components I had to make the other stick rough a tiny bit, but maybe 4 or so sessions ago, when we were talking about beating ghosts to death, I infused his one of his sticks with radiant weapon.
Sweet. Okay.
I still don't know what it does. You didn't tell me.
No.
And we won't know.
We'll never find
We'll
out.
never find out. Secretive mire. Okay, so, you start making your way down the winding switchbacks, or it's a steep switchback that you all took before. There was a rope that you had to sort of brace yourself with to make it up to Blue Falls, and you sort of take that downward this time. You are leaving behind the Aftoki caravan. They are probably leaving later today over to either Aftoki, or they're heading somewhere else on their trade route. They haven't quite mentioned anything about Wyvern, which is nice to hear, which is nice not to hear, considering there's rumors of something, a staging of some sort of the information that you've received from Wyvern, which is north. So that leaves you all with a little bit of comfort about the Aftoki caravan and where they're heading. They may be heading toward Dane's Rest, and then to Willow Lock, and then back toward Noden Fort, and then back toward Aftoki in like a southern loop. But you leave them behind, and 11 of the 20 refugees are going to come with you. The other 9 are going to stay here in Blue Falls and try to do their best to help with what they can, and they have been inspired by the people here, but they do not wish to travel for whatever their reason may be. So, but 11 are going to come with you. Brother Sykes is also in tow with you as well, and I believe that's all we have for the Ragtag traveling group, right? We have all of you, Brother Sykes, and 11 of the refugees from Stormford, or the freed prisoners from Stormford. So after could I get some athletics checks just for fun?
19.
Perfect.
12.
16.
Right.
Oh, oops. That's not athletics. 1 second.
You're so used to rolling Arcana checks.
Right. Yeah, it is.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, natural 20.
Well, glad you rolled a natural 20. Good news is you rolled a natural 20. The bad news is I just didn't want you to roll a natural 1, so that's fine. You all make your way down, otherwise maybe exhaustion, but you make your way down this caldera, this old stone pillar-like cliffside, gargantuan in size, as you start to make your way and weave down toward Blue Falls. These familiar sights of these large statue, much like these Pompeii-like statues of these large giant figures. Some of them are flooded in this now reservoir, crystal clear reservoir. You can see some salted detritus starting to grow on maybe some of these statues, but then some of them are also out of this reservoir that is spewing from Blue Falls, or spewing from the upflow. A misted salt water sort of greets your morning as you start to make your way down toward the falls. There is a trodden path that goes toward and looks like it tucks underneath the waterfall itself. I'm not sure if I have... so underneath the waterfall, there is a large crack. Much like if you were to set a glass down too hard, or like a mason jar, or something along those lines, or a vase or something. If you hit it down too hard, you're going to get that crack that goes around the base of that fragile artifact. That's sort of what it looks like here with Blue Falls. There's a large chunk missing, but then there's a crack that goes like maybe halfway to 3/4 around the entire piece itself, almost like a broken tooth. But the waterfall does look like it curtains a good chunk of this large hole. It does go in for about the dish of this cave probably goes in 200 or so feet, and then it starts to very drastically thin and compress the tunnel into a smaller cavernway. There are some old bits of wear here, maybe some old ropes that I think have been tied down here, some rings that have been anchored, or some old pitons, right? Pitons are the things you stick into the wall
Yes.
and then climb. Some old pitons are probably strung and rung through the cavern wall here. There is some old carbon-stained ground where people, you would assume, created campfires. And such like that, where people would have at least the rest of the night before either making their arduous journey inward, or their celebratory feast on their way back up to Blue Falls. But before you, a small cavern starts to then creep downward and wind into the darkness. It is morning. You do have the ambient light, the ambient white light of Geoloon sort of reflecting and bouncing off of the environment in this cavern space. But very drastically, in the crawl space, maybe around 6 feet of just what's in front of you.
Crawl space. Cool.
Yeah. Even if the Autoki orcs did make it through here, it would be pretty rough. But at least right now, that's what you see. A lot of water is rushing through this as well. You could only assume that actually, make me a survival check, everyone. While I go check on my dog.
Oh no.
She dies on the spot.
Immediately falls over.
Perfect.
14 for me.
And she swept away.
I got a 12.
Okay.
Am I just claustrophobic now?
Smith, with a 14, I will let you decide. With a natural 1. The natural 1 on
Does that break?
survival.
I don't think we've been in a tight space before. I could totally just say I'm claustrophobic, right? Done.
Okay.
Aside from the mountain.
Oh yeah, we were
under the mountain.
we were you were in an entire mountain before.
Yeah, but
mines
inside
and
it's
such.
got to be like a really tight enclosed space.
Also, a lot has
right?
happened since then. I mean,
Yeah.
like you can, like you also were a paladin back then too. So I mean, like a lot has changed.
Yeah.
For whatever that could be, you know.
I don't
When
think
you
any
say
of
you
it
want
was
me
like
to decide, what do you mean?
No, that was for
me.
Varsha.
Oh.
But for the 14, I think you hear and the babbling that is rushing through here is probably just this crevice. It sounds like the babbling of the water beyond sounds like it opens up. So
Now, is this space? Is this the path that they were talking about?
this is
We're
the path
still
that they were
on. It's
talking about. Yes. Unfortunately, it looks like right now it's flooding into this crawl space or whatever this 6-foot hole is. That would then be, I think, Varsha, you are a little uncomfortable as you see this, but Smith, you are reassured because it does sound like it gets larger past this mouth.
Well, I think I can hear the cavern opening up a little bit past this crawl space here. It sounds like the water's reverberating a little bit louder back there.
so it probably won't be like that the whole way through.
Don't think so.
Okay.
I'll lead the way, and I'm gonna pull up my my helmet with my goggles of night.
As you do, go ahead.
All right, follow me.
Okay.
As you take a couple steps, the water here in this passageway is a little bit deeper than you expected. The current is a little bit stronger than you expected. It probably goes to about right above your knee as you start to just trod your way up and through here. I will need you to make a strength save with advantage, Smith.
15.
The 15, you're able to slosh into or stomp into the mouth of this, the 6-foot opening here that you're standing in. A lot of water gushing and splashing and up toward your face, and as it tries to creep around the collar of your armor to try to get in and find purchase and bring that cold salt water to your skin, you still feel safe though as the armor clutches onto you and keeps that salt water away from you. But that being said, it is a little bit of a fight as you sort of hold yourself up here. And you all see this as Smith sort of jumps in, sort of jumping into a deep river. A splashing, sort of happens as he finds.
Hammer in some pitons along the way for them to grab onto.
Awesome. And
Use, how many do you think I need if I space them out, enough to grab, like the next one, maybe 5 feet apart?
yeah, probably 2 or 3. If you're going from one piton to piton or with a rope.
Well, I'll tie, I think I'll probably just use the pitons, because
Yeah.
I don't know how well that rope will stay on
Yeah,
there.
you probably only need about 2 of them for this mouth, I think.
Okay.
Because then it opens up. I think after putting your goggles on, you jump down, then you sort of inspect it. It does open up pretty well. It does also seem to have a shore, or at least a walkable path, at least from where you see, from where you are. Just got to get past this mouth here. You should be safe. So you think.
Yeah. I'm hammering the pitons as I go.
Sure.
All right.
You hear from the
Start
other
making
side.
your way. It's a bit of a rough current. You're gonna need to grab onto the pitons. They're about 5 feet apart.
Okay. Maybe what?
Just look on your
Spikes,
right.
Okay.
Are you gonna be okay, Jet?
Yeah, yes. I've never done anything like this before. Well, save for the mountain.
I just, we had a. I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do that thing because I remember the mountain and I remember that we almost lost him because he went flying by.
Yeah.
So
Very similar.
I will do that thing where I'm like giving him space enough to try it by himself, but I'm ready to leap in case he slips or falls. But I don't want him to know that I am babying him at the moment.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Okay. A stealth check to make sure I'm not being babied.
Yeah, no, okay. She's just trying to hide that she's just she's babying you.
Okay.
Go ahead. If you're heading in, make me a survival. You have no advantage, but you do not have a disadvantage because of the Tetons.
12.
All right. I guess I can also choose athletics if you want. It could be athletics or survival. But you do make it. How is it for Jet?
Slow but steady. I just follow as I see what is going on. I can see most things with my goggles of night, which I have recently retinted. And I am just following and making the most of this very dark situation, or I suppose bright situation now.
After Jet adjusts his goggles, which I don't think he did before, maybe he did back in the mountain, but he adjusts his goggles and then almost effortlessly, except for maybe a slip here or there, Jet is able to sort of reach and find the rings that are connected to the pitons and just make it to the other side as Smith grabs a shoulder and hoists him up. Who's next?
Come on.
I was going behind Jet to make sure he didn't die.
Just get 1 foot up there, Jet.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
What did she roll? I can't see a thing, contrary to my goggles.
Yeah,
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay.
Oh.
So I think I'm just like so focused on you and making sure that you don't slip and fall that I completely forget I'm
Yeah,
going through an incredibly tight space. So
I love that. You're just watching
Yeah.
Jet and worried about
just
Jet
like
the whole
watching,
time,
and then all of
which
a
was
sudden I'm outside and like,
helpful.
oh, thank God,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't have to go through the crazy crawl space.
It is great. Okay.
Yeah.
Water.
God.
Yeah, which one?
What? Oh yeah.
Which one?
Which? That's a great question because we don't even
Still
know
up for
who they are.
debate.
Yep, still up for debate.
Okay.
Me.
Yeah. Oh my, me? Ty.
I'm letting the others go through
Okay.
first.
Yeah, we've all gone through.
Yep. One
No,
or two.
The other people with it.
Yeah. The other
Oh, yeah,
other
yeah.
11.
The other
other
Brother
11
Sykes
people.
makes it through. He does slip, and he there is a point where it's natural that he would slip. He is blind. He was sort of feeling around for that second ring, and I think probably from this angle you wouldn't be able to see him because you're looking from this angle, and then you're doing like a. It's like you're looking around a corner, so there's that moment where you can't see that person. So when they're reaching over, it's sort of a blind spot for both sides. But in that moment of him crossing, you do hear a bit of like a, oh, no, oh,
Is he okay?
I'm all right.
Just grab him by the other side there, Jet.
Okay.
All right, hoist him up. There we go. Come on.
Yes, thank you.
Come on.
And you're able to. Actually, it's a lot lighter than you thought and a lot easier than you thought. But hoisting the frail man of Brother Sykes up to where you are, and he sort of finds his footing. A lot of this salt water leaves like a salt ring around maybe where his thigh is, as he took a hell of a soaker, as his entire leg must have dragged into the river, or at least the river of the salt water. Some of the other refugees start to make their way across, and there is some worry and some slippage, but these pitons seem to be holding as 4 passed through. And they make it through one by one. A couple of them sort of slip, and then there are some that are there are different things on their bodies now that you've seen. They must have gone and shopped or traded for something in Blue Falls. Some of them have armor now. Some of them have amulets and different things. It looks like they're starting to purchase things that aren't their like prisoner garb anymore, which is really nice. And a lot of those things you've noticed because a lot of them are lit up as if someone cast a light spell on them. The amulet that one of them is wearing is lit up. There's like a dim light around them. There is also a pauldron of someone else who is has a bit of a dim light. Someone's belt buckle as well. Just it looks like things that could be metal that a lot of them are wearing, or metal-like in different objects and things are all sort of been enchanted for this light spell as they start to make their way across. And one by one, they start to pop around the other side of the mouth of this thing. And Ty, you're the last one, unless you want to go before the last one.
No, I'll go dead last.
Okay.
I'm wrapping up my bag, I'm wrapping my cloak around it to try and protect some of the oils and things in there and anything that can be damaged by water, paper, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've also affixed the Crow Pro
Okay.
to the back of my backpack so that while we're walking through these tunnels and stuff,
Upload that later.
Yeah.
I can look behind me by just blinking.
You're gonna live stream it. To be on
Dude.
top.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And then I
your
guess I'll go
backpack.
through the thing. 21, thank God.
Okay. And a 21. Yeah, with all that build-up, you roll a 1, that would have been hilarious. Okay.
I know, yeah.
That's probably why you secured everything, because you're like, fate is going to give me a natural.
I would have died.
Yeah.
I was waiting to go down the waterfall and never be seen again.
See ya. Yeah, like a log. flume.
Yeah.
So yeah, you make your way
Released in
across.
one string.
Yeah. With a 21, you're able to make it across pretty easily. That is sort of the most exciting thing that's happens today. The rest of your, and that's the episode. No, and that the rest of your,
Yes.
the rest of your
Okay.
travel today is pretty much this. You're walking by a river, rushing river that's trickling in some places and rushing in other places. It starts to branch under different caverns and things, but there's still this trodden path that wraps around and into the darkness, and every once in a while you hear as the re-up of light spells are happening around you while your companions are traveling and walking with you. Some of
Because
them,
And because we're traveling with so many people, I am
we kill them off.
trying to do I am trying to do the thing where I'm checking on people
Yeah.
like periodically, and
buddy system and stuff.
not just that, but also like how tired everybody is.
Yeah.
Because I've done these long treks before, and I know you have to take plenty of breaks.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that don't make these kinds of treks, and they're not used to them, and they require breaks.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep an eye out for that kind of thing. We're not in a particular rush,
Yeah.
so
That's
I'm
probably
not.
good to also voice to them too.
Yeah.
And that is good, because I think a lot of them are probably on this trek to impress you, you know, where and if they're not outwardly doing that, there's probably a subconscious of them wanting to try to be a part of this movement and try to be a part of it all. So I think some people, you start to notice, Smith, that some people are starting to limp, and they mention that they're fine, but you've seen this before, they're developing blisters, and
Yeah.
they are, but there are some people who are complaining, and you have been taking rests for some, but there are others who just are not, they don't want to be a bother. which is.
And you say, I noticed this.
You do notice this,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is after probably a couple hours in. You have taken breaks a couple of times for a select few, if not one of you four. But with the group that you're with, also Brother Sykes, do voice their needs for rests. But there are some who are not, and they're starting to suffer for it. And you do notice that. And I think also Jet notices that as well as you move forward.
All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break here.
Okay.
All right.
I look around for somewhere to set my things down, somewhere dry, so I can set up for the night.
Yes, very well. I will, where are we? Are we there?
We're not there, no. We're still in the cave. It's still going to be a while. But we don't want to get everybody hurt on the first day. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. The one that was limping starts to make his way over and starts to sit down immediately. And then takes off his right shoe, and you do notice after they take off whatever they're using for a sock, it does seem as if there is a rather large blister forming right on their heel. And there are some others who are just sort of resting, and they're starting to prepare for some sort of evening meal, some sort of food.
Yeah, don't pop that.
Yeah,
Just wrap it.
He looks back at you like, oh, okay, yeah, I won't. And let's, for fun, keep track of how much food you're going through. How do I want to do this? So I'm going to say you have 30... Everybody has 10 rations. You had plus 30 from... Okay. And then you each have however many rations you have.
Yeah, I mean, I bought three more.
You bought 3. Okay.
I also bought rations.
Okay.
And a bike.
And a bike.
Sorry.
And mark off one. You had 143 to start. You have 132 now. Because there's 11 people. So evening goes by, relatively uneventful. There is a watch, however you want to make the watch. Goes by rather uneventful, which is a little reassuring, considering you've heard nothing but pretty suspenseful things when it comes to the wanderings. And it continues like this for the next 10 days. 10 days pass. How is everyone looking? You all...
Absolutely fine.
Absolutely fine. You all have... Make me survival checks.
You asked me how I was looking, not how I actually am.
Yeah. That is fair.
Depression shield activate.
Depression shield.
I look great.
Activate.
He looks great, so he is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually doing the worst out of the 4 of us.
Yeah.
15 for me.
But it's not bad enough for it to be a struggle. I guess, on an 11, unless you're sitting in DC.
I rolled a natural 20 on the entire refugees, and
Yes.
Well, that blister just heals over.
yeah, that's really good.
That's the way that it works.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and yeah, that's it. They do. You do notice though.
You do have healing magic. Maybe you do heal it.
True, yeah. Don't pop that. I will. Healing touch. So you do notice over the last 10 days or so of travel that the group and the people who have been quiet start to talk and They start to voice their concerns, and you do start this routine of taking breaks whenever you need. It has been getting rather cold as you get through and through these caverns. And 2 or 3 days ago, you lost the river. The path still continues. The padded path that you continued, that they said to keep following, does continue. But the river had veered off, or it sunk somewhere, and there must have been a discussion somewhere to keep going forward on that pathway. 10 days go by. Everybody's fine, at least from when it comes to the NPCs. Brother Sykes is a little bit tired. It's starting to wear on him. He sleeps pretty well. He's been snoring, which usually indicates a pretty good sleep. But he is still exhausted in walking. He's starting to slow down a bit and starting to hang in the back of the group, but is not given up, or is not exhausted in a mechanical sense, but is just sort of tagging back a little. Maybe that is to conserve energy or whatever. But I'd like to know how all of you are doing. Physically, mentally.
We're 10 days in the dark, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're on task. There's nothing to but the job at hand. I feel okay. Although I would like to get there soon. How has it been in the cave? I mean, we've had the sounds of ourselves, but we left Blue Falls, and we left Blue Falls with people coming there to attack. Did we hear anything as we were leaving? Or has it been quiet this entire time?
Hear anything as of what? Sounds
The
of
din
battle?
of battle, all that, yes.
No, you have not heard any signs of battle or any signs that anything has even happened. You left early in the morning of at Blue Falls, and then the 10 days have passed, and you haven't heard hide nor hair of what is going on in Blue Falls, if anything, nor anywhere else on the spine, because you are hidden from civilization right now in the darkness of the wanderings.
Then I am
Still
fine.
on the trail.
You are still on the trail.
Just don't have the river anymore.
I think if we started to lose track of the river, I would have made sure to tell everybody to gather as much water as possible, just as a precaution before we lost the river outright.
Yo, is this what we're hearing? The whole 10 days?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just in the echo of your voices.
Yeah, okay.
As you do, sorry, go ahead.
No.
As you do start to make your way into this 10-day check-in here, you do start to notice that there are some fungal growth down here, which it could be. It's definitely more of a fresher air. That salted river that you were following for a while is like 3 days past, so it's 3 days behind you. So this, whatever this fungal growth is in front of you, doesn't seem to be, doesn't have much of. It doesn't seem to be as local as the fungal and plant growth and algae that you saw before.
Right, because there's no water here.
Yeah.
So are there,
Give me a...
like, are the walls and stuff damp?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me a survival with advantage. Jet.
Oh, not me.
And you. You could also do it too because you noticed it.
Okay.
But also Jet.
13.
Okay.
16.
Varsha, you do notice that the walls are damp, obviously, because you just said that. But you, with the damp walls, it's fresh water. It's not salt.
Okay. And do they seem to be clustered near the wall, like the dampness on the wall? Where are they? Where is this fungus like growing from?
The fungus looks like it's growing off of some old biomatter or an old nest of some sort of rodent or something that has just been here, and then the fungus is latched onto the porous substance of the biomatter, whatever it may be, and is now starting to make this bouquet of different mushrooms, much like I think lion's mane
Interesting.
is the mushroom I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Where it looks like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Where it's just
I-
clustering up on that wall, and it looks like as you start to, if you do start to inspect it a little bit more, you do move some of the mushrooms. They do seem to be edible as you start to touch them and move them, and I think with the 13 jet you would notice that they are edible, but you do, as you break apart this clump, the biomatter falls apart, and it does look like it was a nest of some sort of bug or nest of some sort of rodent that is long gone now.
I speak out to the others to gutter their lights because we were told that
Yeah.
once there's fungus that we should be careful about it. So I tell them that to stay close, and Mr. Smith and I will make sure that the path ahead will be safe.
I'm going to go ahead and start to unravel my rope, and going to tie it around my waist, and start to hand it back to the rest of the group. I'm going to be taking the lead. With the lights off, make sure you hold on to the rope.
I'm sorry, why are we turning the lights off?
The fungus or something is attracted to it.
We were told that there might be something inside the cave that does not like the light.
I thought we just turn the light. It absorbs fire, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Fungus.
It absorbs light, heat, and fire. They just said it would be worse for us.
Yeah, because
Right,
you won't
what
be
did
able
he
to
say?
fucking see.
No, if we use them, he said it would be worse for us.
He did, yes.
Make me history checks.
Yeah, it was like 10 days ago now. I know.
18.
I have advantage because I'm remembering, right?
You could have advantage.
Thank you. Damn it.
It's
10.
it's okay.
That's not advantage, is it? Oh, yeah,
It's
okay.
all
Never
right.
mind.
You were remembering correctly. Everybody else who rolled above a 12, you as Ty brings it up, you do remember that it was something to do with torchlight, and not necessarily all light.
Oh,
It was the heat
in that
and
case,
fire.
It's just
I
that
tell
if
them
we
to
have
turn their torches off. Mhm.
It will turn the torches off because it will absorb the fire.
heat.
So if
I
we're only
see.
using fire as a source of light, eventually we won't have any light. But if we have other magical means, we will eventually have a torch.
Exactly.
In that case, I
Ty
point towards
remembers
Mr.
this,
Ty's,
by the way,
uh,
the only reason he remembered this is because he was thinking he's not going to be able to light cigarettes.
Oh yeah,
And he was stressing
Yeah.
out as an ex-smoker.
yeah.
When
that's
you're
awesome.
told you have to get on a flight, all you're thinking about is that you're not going to be able to
and you
smoke
haven't
for 8
been,
hours
and, you,
or whatever.
and you're doing that for the foreseeable future down here.
Right, that's the thing.
Have
yeah,
you not
so
smoked
Yeah.
the entire time down here?
he's been smoking the whole time
Okay,
down
okay.
here, yeah.
But he just
But
knows right now
he
that
knows
probably-
there's going to come a point.
Okay.
Ty is actually quite good. We broached this once before when he was running out of cigarettes at surviving without cigarettes. He can go. He will suffer small withdrawal stuff, but he's had lots of situations like this where he's had to go for a long time without cigarettes. So he can kind of handle it. I think he doesn't like it, obviously, but it's a thing that I remember thinking about at one point, and I was like, I feel like this kind of person will smoke a bunch, but if he can't get cigarettes, he's militant enough that he can kind of weather the cold turkey of not having nicotine. He doesn't just
Yeah.
immediately turn into a child stamping his feet at
Some
lack of
people do.
nicotine. Yeah, I know. I know exactly how it feels.
Brad's like,
But-
I do.
I'm not
But
sure.
I think he would be quite good at it. There was certainly, I reckon there was probably a time where Lorcan was telling him not to smoke because it can be used against him. If they capture you,
And of
they
course,
will.
Yeah, fuck
They'll
it.
just take your cigarettes away, and immediately you have a thing that they can use against you and stuff like that. But I think Ty still went ahead and smoked cigarettes as a child.
Because
Still, I
Lorcan
think that
said
is
that shit.
well, I don't know if it was necessarily that, but I think he just ended up doing it anyway. I think Ty wanted to be the big man when he was a kid, but that I think is the reason that I remembered that. Is because that weird smoker's panic.
Yeah,
of
take
not-
inspiration.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that's what you get for listening to your DM.
That's
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, always listen to your DM.
Ta-da! So, as you make your way through these like the damped walls here in this cavern, you do start to a couple more hours go by. Once again, it's this grueling crawl. It's just a lot of these dark caverns seem to be like you're going in circles. You press onward, and then a landmark shows up, and you're not going in circles. But there are definitely times where you feel like you are, and if it wasn't for that rock there, okay, then you would be in that mode of sort of getting that cabin fever, as you sort of just keep walking and walk yourself to death through this dark tunnel. It's maddening. It's exhausting. A couple of hours go by, and as they do, you smell a strong sense of it's like roach dung, like that musty smell of bug shit. So that sort of starts to creep in as you move forward. And as you start to move forward and go through these caverns, you start to go up these switchbacks and these stairs that are naturally formed. And it's not unlike the path you've taken. It hasn't been a straight shot. It's been this windy, curving trail that, luckily for you, as you've been looking at these footprints the whole time of the past smugglers of Blue Falls or the smugglers of Bearden's Hollow or whoever make these treks here, either outrunning the Sworn or trying to run something from point to point. You're able to follow these tracks. The tracks continue onward into a right-hand corner. I'm going to drag you here.
Into a pit of your doom.
Oh,
Bit of your doom.
okay.
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 And these are all the refugees. They actually should probably be this big.
They are so big.
Yeah, one giant refugee.
How do they get through the tiny little?
They break up.
Oh.
They break into little pieces.
Oh right, I see. They represent. Okay,
Mhm.
that's not one person.
It's not one person. Tyre, you're healed, by the way.
Oh, I am, but my sheet
Fixed you.
isn't.
Can everybody move their tokens?
Yep.
I think I think you need to relink my token. Maybe because I have 41 HP now.
Oh, interesting.
Same with me because this is not my health.
Interesting.
We have become unlinkened.
Oh, it's because there's... I see why. It's because you changed character sheets.
Is Jazz? Well, look at that.
Yeah.
A while ago.
a while
You
ago.
son of a bitch. What does that mean?
I will do that. But yes, feel free to do stuff while I fix things. There we go. Look at that.
I think for the most part here, I have been rear guard. So I think whenever this happens, I rely on Smith and Jet with their goggles to scout ahead, and then I use my Crow Pro to keep an eye on the tunnel behind us, and if there should be any need for it, I can strike my my Askren sticks to create the light. So every now and then, that's probably happened where I've thought something might be behind us, or mistakenly, and you'll see a light up. But I think regardless, I am at the rear of this group a lot of the time here.
Mm-hmm.
The Crow Pro, it just makes sense. So I think when we come to these caverns or these areas that open up, I rely on Smith and Jet to do the initial scout. I don't know what Varsha's doing, probably milling around, not doing enough, honestly.
I try and remind Mr. Tai about his stick as well.
To do what about my stick?
You can see in the dark here because of your stick.
Yeah, what is the radius on that?
What do you mean?
30 foot bright lights.
If I light them.
Mm. And then 30 feet extra dim.
And my dark vision from the goggles, I believe, is 60.
I see everything.
See everything.
I think if those two are up front, then I would probably also be in the back, but I might occasionally go up into the middle and check on people, and then I float back. Probably. It seems like a good idea to have two of us at the end and two in the front, just in case something crazy happens. I also do not have dark vision, so I'm relying on magical light.
How bad is the fungus thing? Can she have a normal torch still or not? I have normal torches as well as
you like to light a torch?
sticks. I also have a hooded lantern, which is fully oiled up, and 2 flasks of oil. Oh no, 1 flask of oil, because I actually gave a flask of oil to one of you way back in the beginning of the campaign. I don't know who has it or whether we used it or not. I can't remember.
I think we used it on the ship.
Yeah, makes sense. So I do have I actually have a hooded lantern, which is the thieves' lantern, the one that stops it from being what is it called? Where the light only goes forward, right? I think that's what the hooded lantern stats are
Yes.
in D&D.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like a flashlight.
Yeah, so that you can sneak in without.
Was that the lantern that detected invisibility?
I have that one.
So yeah. You could take that. Wait, do you not have a lantern?
No, I have one. But I have the invisibility one.
Wait, the
You
one
have
that
a
sees
normal one?
invisibility.
Yeah. Because
You don't
we're
have a normal
making...
one that just casts light.
Does it cast light, Jet? Or is it magical, it only... How does that work?
I turn to Mr. Tai and I go, it should also be like a normal lantern, just with extra properties.
Okay.
Why is he telling me?
I have no idea.
Just standing there.
I
he's
meant
talking.
Smith, not Tai, sorry. Brain.
Why are you telling? Varsha needs it though. Varsha has it.
I have it. Yeah, I'm the one who...
It's that thing. It's that thing, PB, where the cashier talks to your boyfriend when you're buying something. As a woman, that's what Jet is doing to you right now. He just refuses to answer you. He's telling Smith and me about how your
because I babied him, isn't it?
He hasn't spoken to you for 10 days.
He's like, fuck you, kid. I don't need your help.
He
If it
looks
just
straight
works as
at
a
you when he's
normal-
about to answer, and then turns his head and starts.
So if it's a normal lantern.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
doesn't
It
matter.
sheds bright
Yeah.
light in the 30-foot radius. Yep. As
Okay.
well as
Okay.
invisible. Yep.
So you don't need me to give you the one that I have called.
Nope.
All right,
I love that.
then I won't.
Okay. Good.
I also have candles, which is exciting.
Do you light the hooded lantern?
Me? No. I'm using
not you,
my
Varsha.
my sticks.
I was looking at
Oh,
Varsha
sorry.
this time.
Yes, because we need need to be making sure we don't get snuck up on
Okay.
by invisible creatures, people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, trying to reach you. There you are. And the token emits light.
Is that the sound of things creeping around or stones dirt, dust?
Yes.
Falling down?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you,
cool.
Mac. Yes. Brother Sykes looks rather comfortable, considering how dark it is. He also
Well,
doesn't
I
have-
mean, it's like that all the time for
Brother
him, I
Sykes
guess.
looks like Brother Sykes.
Just another day.
Just another day.
I'm gonna continue walking, but
Yeah,
Yeah, please do. You continue to move forward. You start to notice there are still footprints that do lead through here. They go up in this direction. I probably should have just... they go up in this direction here. And then you... I'm going to do one of these. Thank you, Meyer. I've taken the long way. You start to make your way up and through this cavern right up here, and make me a perception as you do.
me or Jet?
You.
It scares me so much that he brought the turn order up for no reason.
So 12.
All right.
With a 12, up ahead, do you see over here? Can you see over here? You can, right? Don't you have?
Yeah.
You do notice that there are...
If you click, if you click on Smith and then press Control L, you'll see just what he sees.
Thank
And
you.
just click out.
Ooh, mama.
Roll 20, baby.
Oh, baby. Ooh,
Check
look at
out
that.
Roll20 at roll20.com.
Hey, look at that.
.net.
Classic.
Is that close? Okay. Listen,
How many
I have a
years?
7 IQ. It's amazing that my heart is able to beat at the same time as me
many-
speaking.
How many years? All right. So yeah,
Sometimes
That's
it
why
doesn't.
you have 7 IQ.
off in this direction, you do
Normally
see
it'd be 12.
a glinting light off of many little surfaces. It looks to be polyhedral. There are different shapes and flat, glistening, lustrous surfaces off in that direction.
Yeah.
As the
All right,
light,
GM brain versus
reflecting.
Smith brain.
the light reflecting from Varsha's hooded lantern.
Right.
Some warm glints that come back, but then also some white glints from the refugees and their light spells, which I should probably also add on here.
See something shining up ahead? Might be gems or something.
I see it too.
As you get closer, it does look like gems. Up ahead, though, as you step through, the ground starts to get a little bit more soggy, and as you step through, the like that spongy sound of stepping onto wet ground does happen, but it seems to be more viscous than you would think. Almost like mud, like a sticky mud. That being said, though, it looks like a thin gel. That makes sense. Like aloe vera gel, but like a thin layer over this mud, and it's starting to like stick to some of your to the greaves of your the sabatons
And it's
of
clear?
It's clear, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna bend down and just kind of look at it. Get my gauntleted fingers in there. See if I can make out what it is.
Okay. As you do, I need you to make a investigation.
I want to do the same with my kit.
Okay.
It's a 24 for me.
Okay. 24. With a 24, Hold on. With the 24, you can discern that there is no other. I'm trying to think about what you would gather from your gauntleted hand. It's sort of stringy as you sort of pull your hands. Did I do something?
Don't look
No.
at our Discord DM.
Okay, all right.
Please.
I'm not going to do it.
Just
All right, moving
do your
on.
thing, baby.
Okay, and now I have to.
Nothing to. Don't worry about it.
Perfect. That's it. That's what you see. And now I can't do this. And you're right, I shouldn't have, because now I can't continue the scene. So you, as you start to, with your gauntleted hand, you start to like flex your fingers, and as you do, it does look like there are strands of this. I hate you. Of this viscous fluid that is just. But I think as you.
I've ruined his whole campaign.
It's
I've done it. Dude, this is gonna keep me up. I'm not even kidding. It's gonna keep me up later on. But for now, I'm laughing. But later on, I'm gonna be.
No, it's
so
fine.
Yeah. Don't think I won't pay for this.
That's true. You.
7 things just appeared for it to attack us that weren't in this cave.
And Jet, you also did you did an investigation as well, yes?
I did, yes, but I refrained from using my hands.
Okay, so how does that look?
Oh, I have a test tube that I used to scoop it up from the ground without touching it.
I hate this.
In a non-lewd way.
Thank you. Okay.
Can you describe that?
Don't make him describe him. I feel like you all did this to me on Saturday, so I don't feel that bad during our offline
we did,
off-stream
yeah. Well,
game.
yeah,
you all did something
your
like
cavern,
this to me.
Your cavern looked like a penis.
I had a cavern and something in it as well.
Ah, the caves are connected. It makes sense now.
You want to explain that?
Crossover campaign.
No,
He means the cavern from Oracle's Rest. Okay, alright.
This is fun.
So sorry.
So, I got a 24 on my investigation check.
You did.
I love
This
that,
is-
by the way, for no reason whatsoever, like in the dimness of this, we're all standing at the back just watching Jet and Smith just touch the ground and
Yeah.
pick stuff
With a
up
24,
with no idea what they're doing.
I'm trying to figure out how you would discern anything else. So with this viscous slime, you also notice that
Everyone starts laughing. It's laughing slime.
it's laughing slime. That's it. I saved it. Thank you, Brad. You also start to notice that there isn't any vegetation under or around and in this cavern where this stuff is, where it resides. The
Oh, shit.
crystalline objects up ahead also haven't moved. You are closer to them, and they still sort of glint and react as you think they would when someone behind you 20, 25 feet with a hooded lantern would react. But as you inspect, you
Are they
notice-
supposed to move? Are they going to move? What?
Yeah, that was a weird way to
That
word
was a weird way to say that. Now I'm terrified.
Imagine you walk into a room and there's no one in there,
And there's
Myth
fucking
just-
rocks in
but
there, and
but
then
you
he's
have a
like,
you
"The
have a
rocks
GM
haven't
that's
moved."
describing like, yeah, it's the weirdest thing. The
Like,
TV
wait, why
and the
would you tell
chairs
me
don't
that?
move.
Right. Yeah. And the TV hasn't moved yet.
Yeah, the sofa hasn't
What?
suddenly
What?
started attacking people. What? What do you mean the sofa hasn't started attacking people?
Yeah, this isn't exactly normal here, Jet. There's some kind of viscous fluid here in the
I
ground.
know. I know. I don't know much about caves, but I know slime. Maybe perhaps we should, I don't know. I'm going to try and see if I can look along the walls and see if there's... Is there a source to this?
Where you move your token to where you are and how you
I
are
am-
doing such.
I am where I am,
Okay.
where I found the, where we first saw the stickiness.
Yeah, from your vantage from here,
Yes.
you do not see any source.
Do I hear anything ahead of me?
Nothing. Except for the of Smith's shoe.
I cast my gaze to my feet. This substance, is it flowing?
It is not flowing.
When we arrived to it, was the edge hard, or was it like it's... Can you describe it, the edge of this area, if you understand what I'm saying? Is it as if it had
Yeah.
spilled over?
Yeah, does it look
Oh.
like it's spilling in like magma, like a shore of magma, where is it gonna like
Right.
roll over, or is it like
Is it... Yes.
is it like a tide? It does look like it has a bit of that what's the word? Not anyway. It does look like it has that viscosity of magma at least, or it looks like it's more of a rolling movement than it was ever a flowing movement, if that makes any sense.
Right. Okay. Like...
But it's very
like,
thin around the edge. It's not like a large.
It's not a puddle.
Yeah, it's not a large puddle. It's
No.
yeah, it is starting. It doesn't look like it was a lot of from the source. It looks like it's just this thin layer that has crept up to where you were over
I
time.
put my hand on the wall that I am by.
Okay.
Is the wall sticky as well?
No.
I sidle across the wall to see if I can get a closer look at whatever is going on over here.
Okay. And you're trying to stay out of it? 'Cause you're like up on the wall, or are you just trying to get as close to the wall you can?
I don't know what is secreting this stuff. I don't know if it is natural, if it's biological or what.
Right.
So I want to get a bit closer so I can hear or see what it is that is creating this nonsense.
Okay.
Because it makes no sense to me.
It's nonsense.
It's one way to get in.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
How close am I to Ty?
Stealthily.
You're 5 feet from Ty.
I will reach out, touch his elbow, and cast protection from evil and good. And I think I don't even think about it, actually.
Just
I
sort of-
think it just happens. Yeah, like I'm, sort of maybe even unconscious. You know, I kind of just do that. And then I'm watching the two of them. I think I'm reading the body language of Smith, which seems weird because I know he's in armor, but I know him really well. And I know he's trying to figure something out right now. So,
Yeah, I'm just letting them do the scouting
yeah.
that they've been doing up to now. The thing that I'm expecting is, and this, I'm not expecting this as Brad, I'm expecting this as Ty, is like something stops them and they become distracted by something in the middle of the road. Something's gonna get us from behind. This is what I
Yes,
would do.
same.
You know, like I'm like, oh, I would totally put some shiny stuff in the middle of the road, and then you bend down to grab it, and that's when me and the boys, you know, have jumped on the swan and got them before. So I think I'm continuing to be very. I'm
Vigilant
letting
of
them
what's behind you.
explore the. I'm aware of what they're doing and keeping an eye on them in case stuff pops off. But I think I've just been kind of very focused on the rear.
Okay.
Can we ask the refugees to maybe, like, I can't move their token, but maybe move into...
It's a great idea.
Bottom up against that wall.
Yeah.
Can we
Indeed.
send them into the nonsense?
You totally can.
Yeah, like right there. That's probably where I would just be like, hey, stay here for just a second while we figure stuff out.
Yeah, let me do this. You should all be able to control them.
Correct?
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so
What would I be noticing if Jet was doing what he was doing?
Yeah, you would notice if you can see Jet do that, you would see Jet sort of hands on the wall, sort of scooting
Jet, where are you going?
with the gems.
I want to see what's going on over there.
Also,
All
Brother
right,
Sykes.
well, let me take a look. Don't lead the way.
This way, yes.
Brother Sykes, please wait.
Isn't he blind?
Yes,
But-
yes. Yeah, he just sort of was on autopilot, just wandering and following Smith.
He wandered in.
Yeah, he wandered into
I
here.
have the rope tied behind
Oh
me.
yeah, you got the
know?
rope. Thank you. That
Yeah.
fixes things.
I mean, that was meant to help guide everybody.
Thank you. Rope.
Um,
Let me do that.
I'll tap Varsha and I'll nod towards Sykes.
I'll go over and then I'll kind of usher him sort of in front of the refugees and be like, stay here in case something happens.
yeah, I think
Yes.
I think what I'm gonna do then is let's see, what do I have? I've got a set of bone dice. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it over towards those gems.
Okay.
Just to see if they react in any way. Because I think
How many of them do you have?
well, I just have a set of bone dice, so I imagine it's probably just 2 dice.
You roll a 7 as you throw the dice across the. But it doesn't roll very far. It's sort of. They sort of stick into the viscous fluid. They sort of bounce a little bit, and then they sort of settle, as if hitting something. Actually, they don't bounce because that would improve it's not sticky. It's when you go to throw it, they do stick right in, and it doesn't roll very far. But the bone dice, you do notice, sort of sink into it. And after some time, you start to notice a smell of sulfur. Faint trace of it.
You smell that, Jet?
Like sulfur, bomb material. I want to taste the slime. It's the only way to ascertain what it is.
Yeah. Give me one
So
second. I have to look up my slime rules. Go ahead. Whatever you were going to say, you may continue saying it.
Okay. I have this test tube of some of the sample I already took. I'm just going to put a tiny bit to my tongue. Yes, to see. What is it?
The first hints. Hold on, I'm still looking. As you go to taste it, there's the initial. Your taste buds react initially as if it was first glance knee-jerk reaction is it's salty, and then as you and then a couple moments go by and then you realize it's caustic. I need you to make a Constitution save.
Oh my god.
Okay. 14.
You're able to spit it out, but your tongue is a little tingly and numb right now. But you do notice that it is caustic.
Okay, my shoes. How are
And
my shoes?
Your tongue now tastes a little bit like sulfur,
Okay.
like you just chewed on like a match head.
Right. And my shoes?
Your shoes, are you standing in it?
We were earlier.
Shoes are fine.
Okay. I turn to Mr. Smith and I say, the sulfur is coming from the slime. It's caustic. it might be combustible.
I wonder if it's sulfuric acid.
Maybe. I looked to the to these things here. How big is the smallest one?
Size of a softball?
I am going to take a few steps back so I can still see it. And I'm going to reach inside my satchel and get...
As you got close to them, you did notice that it was the crown of them. It looks like there's probably more to like the shaft of these crystals that are buried deep in whatever.
Buried, okay.
Yeah, buried. But
so I wouldn't want to try and pull one out.
Yeah, you're probably more luck breaking one.
Right, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can't wrap my head around this one, Mr. Smith.
All right, I think I'm gonna have to go in there. Either that or we're gonna have to head down south. It opens up a little bit up here. There's another path.
Either way.
Footsteps do continue south.
I'm a bit worried if we don't investigate what that is. It could potentially be a problem later on.
Right. And again, whatever it is caustic, acidic. It burns.
Right. I can stay along the wall, just like you did. I'm just gonna kind of relay this back to the group as well.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take the same path that Jet did. Start to head over there. Slowly and carefully. I'm not trying to cause a big scene or anything.
Okay. You are stepping in the fluid.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay as close to the wall as I can while doing it.
Okay.
But I want to investigate what it is that these things are exactly. And I am trying to be stealthy in doing this. I'm still in my stealth configuration of my armor.
Let me see if I could actually add something to the... go ahead and give me a stealth check.
And this will just be a regular one because of the stealth configuration of my armor. It is a 12. And I'm going to use a flash of genius on this.
Okay.
I think what that translates to is you see me just being very careful with my footsteps, and I'm just trying to place my feet down in spots that don't look particularly, well, like puddles of this stuff, really. I'm trying to place my feet in the most careful ways on the ground, around the edge.
Okay.
So that will add a 4, so that's a 16.
All right. And you are not in your stealth configuration?
I am.
You are. Okay, so what does this look like as you step into your stealth mode? Do you
Well,
have
I
your
think
cloaking? No, you can.
It's not. It has a. It's a little bit chameleon-like. You
Okay.
see, probably that this the various surfaces of the armor shimmer a little bit, and you can see maybe it looks a bit more rock-like.
Yeah. Jet, I think you noticed this as you're watching Smith. As Smith starts to creep in and investigate, the armor starts to then grow duller, and then starts to then get sort of a calcified surface, and then porous, and then it looks to be just a sheer, like you're looking at stone armor from the wall that you are touching. As Smith sort of creeps by, it's not like fluid, like moving like a sneaky cat, but just a little bit quieter. There's still a little bit of the mechanic and jostling movements that Smith usually walks with, but it is much quieter, as just this small hiss of the sloshing of Smith moving in this direction.
And then when I get close enough to one of these crystals, I'm going to investigate it.
Okay.
So I don't know if I have to like move there to do that, or if I can do that from where
You'd have to move it to there.
Okay, then I will do that.
Okay. How do you investigate? Initial glance, the same thing that I said to Meyer earlier. It does look like the crown of this thing is sticking out of the mud or the sludge here. There is. It looks like there's more of a body to this crystal, but it is just sort of protruding.
Like a whole person is underneath there.
There's a whole entire like Easter Island. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of bend down and I'm going to just sort of bend at the knees and sort of squat down and get a closer look. I'm going to move around with let's see, what tools do I have on me right now? I do have a set of Tinkerer's tools on me, so I will be probably using those to poke at this thing and see if I can investigate its properties. Does this thing look like it's alive? Does it look like it is simple rock?
Initial glance,
Can I tell?
it doesn't look like it's alive. As you what are you doing with your tinker tools? You need to be specific here.
I'm probably poking it.
Okay, poking it. Poking
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to move. It feels like any other hard surface rock would
Yeah, a
be.
little tap
Yeah.
on the surface.
A little tap on the surface. Interesting enough, like a thin scale of it, like a translucent scale or a chip of this seems to flake off, almost like it's weaker than you were expecting.
And was it crystalline when it came off?
Yes.
Is it hollow?
It has strange properties. I tapped it and it started to flake off. It's still crystalline. I can't
I
tell
woke
if
up.
it's organic or not.
May I look at it?
Yeah, just don't step too close.
No, okay.
Lean on me.
Okay. I would like to reach into my satchel and see if I can, I don't know, I have some saline solution that's like saliva. I want to pour it onto this and see what happens. If it's going to be like the caustic reaction it had with the gel, or if it's going to nothing happens.
So, you said you have saline solution that is like saliva,
Yeah, it's salt water, like
Okay.
it's like the human body. Mm.
but it isn't saliva.
No, it's not.
So the yeah. So
Maybe I should bottle saliva next time.
now that I'm thinking about it, the as you pour the saline mixture onto it, nothing happens.
I would need more time and more tools, I think, to ascertain what it is. I'm going to roll something real quick.
Okay.
Okay, I don't lick it.
Okay. That's the name of the title of the episode. All right, I don't like it. Okay. Ty and Varsha, are you doing anything?
We're having a nice chin wag, I think. We're just chatting and watching them
Yeah.
creep off. It's probably just something along the lines of like, what the fuck are they doing? Why is it taking them so long? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
Yeah.
we would just
I'm
leave it
the-
to
Can
it.
I don't know if this would be a thing. My first instinct was, can we voice dub them together? Like if
No.
he's like, what do you think they're doing? And then it's like, They're probably talking about this. And then,
People
yeah.
watching.
I'd literally walk away from you if you suggest that.
You just start having this.
I mean,
fun
there's no
moment
way
by
to
yourself.
say that in this world anyway.
This is the most Smith and Jet puzzle I've ever seen.
Yep.
As well. Like, even if, like, they relayed some of it back to us and Ty immediately went, cool. Good luck. You know, like, whatever this is your thing anyway. So, yeah, I think just continue to just catch up.
I'm gonna try to unearth one of these things.
Okay. How do you propose to do that?
I am going to use my my tinker's tools, and I'm going to try and wedge in one of the tools into the right into the side of where this thing is, and try and pop it out of the ground.
Give me a strength check.
Just leverage it, basically.
Yeah.
Just a regular one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 17.
So for a moment, you slide the tool between the ground and, of course, the surface of this seemingly pretty fragile stone. You then use like fulcrum or use the earth as a lever and pop it out. And with a 17, you're able to. It seems like it's about 18 inches, and then it falls. About the size of, or like the width of a watermelon. This one, it's about 18 inches, but it's but it's crystalline, of course. It has a yellowy type of tint to it. But I also need you and Jet to make a perception check.
15.
Smith,
6.
You start to notice, Smith, that the ooze or the slime starts to ripple back, and almost if it's like getting pulled towards somewhere in this direction. And a rippling and like that pulling then starts to create this large cube-like translucent construct, you would think. Jelly in some sort of some people would describe it gelatin. Some other people would describe it as a caustic denizen of many dungeons, as a large gelatinous cube forms in front of you. And that is where we're going to take our break.
Shit!
It's one off of him.
We'll be right
Right.
back, everybody. See you in just a couple of minutes.
Are you familiar with the theremin?
Okay, so whoops, that's the wrong camera. That's the wrong thing. All right, great. It's still the wrong thing. I pressed the wrong buttons. Everyone, we're screwed.
Production is a lot.
Production. All right, great. I think we're good. Great. All right, could I get everyone to click your tokens and roll some initiative? I need to do the same.
24.
Why is Uru on here?
I can no longer. Oh, there we go.
Look at all these tokens. What? Can I clear this? Remove all. Yep, there we go. Hold on, no clearing. Okay, now do it or adjust.
I'm gonna take my first one.
Please
He's
do.
asleep. Okay.
Roll initiatives for these things. I mean, people. Okay, so this is 16 for Brother Sykes. Oh, don't know what that.
I rolled an 8, but it did not show up in the turn order.
You can. Oh, you didn't show up in the turn order? Did you click on your token?
Because I did, but this token is not me.
Oh, weird.
So when I hit initiative, it does not show up.
What's your character sheet? It's just Jet, regular old Jet.
Yes.
Why is it
Yes,
not
but
linked?
we made 2 because
yeah, because you had issues with the other one.
Yes,
But there's only one.
there can only be one jet.
There's
But
only
it's
one
not the
Jet
right
in
one.
the list. So when I connect, it's
Right.
not that one. It's so weird. Anyway,
Strange.
how many hit points do you have?
80.
Ooh, mama. And your AC?
My AC is 14.
Okay, so that hasn't changed. Okay. Okay. Is everyone else's health and stuff good?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
I'm ready to fight.
And Jet, you had an 8, you said?
I rolled an 8, yes.
Cool. And this thing didn't even roll a turn. Wow. Okay, so first is Ty.
Am I aware of anything even happening?
Because
this thing just
make your perception,
appeared, right?
and you're having a chin wag with Varsha. So give me with disadvantage.
28 or a 28. Take your
Wowie!
pick. Plus
yeah,
11
you,
to
yeah,
my
you,
perception,
you
boy.
hear it. Yeah, you heard of a crystal being unearthed, and then you also hear the as like a bunch of sloshing slime crackles of of air pockets within the underneath the slime crackle and pop as it starts to form into something. You do hear something that alerts you, whatever it is.
Thank
of
you.
that description.
I'm moving. Actually, the first thing I'm doing is taking my backpack off.
Okay.
Just jamming it into the dirt because the refugees are all here, and I'm leaving the
Yeah.
pro with them.
Uh-huh.
And whatever, I don't know what the fuck is going on down there. So you told us that the ground was slimy and sticky, but did you tell us it was dangerous?
No.
I did not tell you it was dangerous.
I mean, they kind of gave us.
No, we did not say it
Smith
was
relayed
dangerous.
some of it back. He said at one point.
I don't think so.
All right. See ya. So 30 feet. 30 feet. So I will just start running, and I will use my action surge to get to you. And then I will see whatever the fuck that is. In fact, I probably run up next to you, Smith, and then just go, "Oh, what the fuck is that?"
You see this large 15-foot by 15-foot cube-ish looking translucent creature. It has 2 bone dice in it. Looks like it rolled a 7.
Oh.
Probably an acidic cube of some sort.
I have like my bow and arrow out, but I'm like looking down at it and then looking up at the thing and then looking back at Smith.
Good luck.
In for a penny, I suppose. And I'll fire 2 arrows at it
Okay.
with the longbow to see what happens. One of them I'll make a distracting strike. So we'll do the first one. Well, it's whenever I hit with a thing, actually. So I guess I'll just roll and we'll see what happens. A 15 and a 16.
Those both hit.
Okay. The second one, I'll make a distracting strike. So this one is the one that when I hit a creature with a weapon attack, I can use one of my superior die to distract the creature, giving your allies an opening. I add the superiority die's attack to the damage roll, and the next attack roll against the target by an attacker other than me has advantage. Essentially, it just gives whoever's next to attack it advantage. Wow, cool, too.
It's like your
So-
guiding bolt.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So 23 piercing damage. What does superiority die count as? Did we work this out?
You did at one
It
point.
just-
but I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it's just the same, isn't it? It was the same as whatever the damage being dealt was. So it would be piercing. So 23 piercing damage in total. And I'm just watching these arrows to try and see what they do. I'm assuming that they just hit the thing, go into it.
23?
I don't know if... Yeah, I don't know if I can tell whether it even hurts it or not.
That's exactly what happens. I think as 2 arrows fire into it, much like shooting an arrow into water, it leaves a trail of air bubbles behind it. But those air bubbles, of course, never seal back because it's gelatinous. So there are these holes that have been pierced into it, at least for now. And of
Yeah.
course, inside somewhere submerged is these 2 arrows.
I kind of just shrug and look at Smith, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Shrug back.
Shrugging buddies. Okay.
I'd probably say something along the lines of like, I don't think we should get anywhere near that thing.
Nah.
Varsha, it's your turn.
Oh boy.
You did just notice Ty, like, his ears perked up and then
Yeah.
threw his bag down and ran toward Smith and Jen.
Yeah, I will go as well. And I will move here. Right on the steps.
Uh-huh.
And do I see this bullshit happening here? That he has attacked this weird
Yes. You run right around the corner right as you see his second arrow stick into this large 15-foot by 15-foot gelatinous creature. This
Okay.
gelatinous cube.
Yes. And they're not elemental, correct?
What a great question. They are not.
Okay. I've never seen anything like this before. I will do nothing.
Okay.
No, that's a lie.
Okay.
I will cast haste.
Okay.
And I will do it on... Dude, I play too many sorcerers. Do I have... Yes. Okay, I will twin haste.
Cool.
And I will put it on both... Smith, for sure. And it's either Ty or... We're going to go with Ty. Those two. I'm sorry.
Okay. Ty and Smith?
Yep.
While
I can't see you shaking your head, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I know. Just before is one of my Eskrima sticks, does it deal magic damage? I can't enter it. I have no idea if these
Yes,
things...
it does +1 damage.
And the other one doesn't?
No, I only buffed your one sword, your one weapon.
Okay. I just want to check.
Okay. What does haste look like when you cast it?
I think previously it's just been kind of, it's been auditory. So you hear kind of the, like a gust of wind, but it's made of voices. And then you know what has been done, that you're faster and you can, it's pretty much that.
Cool.
It's like maybe even Varsha whispering something in a different language that maybe you don't understand.
It sounds like
I imagine you both would recognize it as Varsha's voice, but
yeah, like a
at this point.
wind approaching. It's like
whispering wind almost, yeah.
approaching through the forest, but instead of it being trees that are rattling together, it's the voice of Varsha. And when it does meet you, you are invigorated to move quicker and to be hastened, which is a word that I just made up, I think. And anything else?
No, that is it.
Okay. Brother Sykes is going to go. Cool. I think he is going to move to here. And that's his turn. Smith, your turn.
Yeah, I think you see my armor start to, like, the power crystals, and it just started to glow a little bit brighter.
Mm-hmm.
I look back at Varsha and return my gaze back to this creature, and I'm going to turn one of the bands on my wrist, and you can see one of the power crystals become more prominent. It sort of rises up a little bit, and lightning begins to coat my gauntlet as I am going to use my lightning launcher, and I will fire 3 attacks now.
Cool.
3 attacks with my lightning launcher at this creature. And this should have been with advantage, actually, right?
Okay.
No, I don't think you get advantage. You just get an
Oh, haste.
additional. Your speed
Tie
is doubled.
from Tie.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because Ty's got the.
The first attack, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's advantage.
So
That
I'll
does hit.
roll it again just for the hell of it.
Yeah, in case it's a crit.
27's almost one away. Okay. So I don't know which damage you want me to use.
You're going to use the higher one, I guess, it's with advantage. So you'd have the one,
Okay.
which is so weird.
So
but-
1 damage, and then
Actually, no, that wouldn't make sense. If you're rolling dice, you would roll the d20 and then you'd roll the damage once. So so you'll take the 4.
okay. So 4, and then the next attacks are regular, right?
Yes.
Okay. So 2 more of these. A 12.
Hits.
What is up with these rolls? Okay, so 5 lightning so far, and then 15 for 6. So 11 lightning damage.
Okay.
And do I get another one of these? I get an extra attack. So that's 2. Extra one from haste. And then once on each of my turns, I get another one. I believe. Sorry, I'm just trying to find this lightning launcher. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with it, you can deal an extra 1d6. Okay, so I get an additional 1d6. And I don't have to roll to attack. This is just a bonus. Oh my god! 12 lightning damage.
12 lightning. So as you stake it, the crystals of Geoloon in the tech of your armor inside this mage tech, you fire 3 of these shots, and a spider webbing of lightning starts to then crackle across the surface of this, and it starts to dance around all 4 corners, or all whatever, 16 corners. How many corners are on a cube? 1, 2, 8 corners of this as it goes around, and that's it.
Then
That's your
I'm
turn,
gonna,
right?
yeah, and then I'm gonna back up and just say, keep away from this thing. You too, Jet. And I'm gonna back up. I could technically move 70 feet, but I think I'm just gonna back up to the top of the stairs over here.
Okay. Jet, your turn.
Okay. I am going to reach into my pocket and I'm going to toss a small flask to Tai, and I say, "When you can, drink this." And then I'm going to pull out a wand. It's a small, brown, lacquered, tapered wand with a blue crystal on the end. This is my wand of magic missile, and I'm going to expend 3 charges on the thing. So it's 3d4 plus 3, I guess, because I'm using 3 of them.
Oh my god.
3 ones.
What is happening?
As
It's the laughing. It's because we were laughing.
it's because you're
It's
laughing.
because we
That's
were
it.
laughing.
That's it.
This
That's
is
what
our
you
punishment.
And then I go my distance, so
Go the distance.
just
I'm
behind.
sorry.
Reluctantly crouched. Yeah. Okay. That was 6. 6. All right. As 3 arcane lances explode onto the surface of this gelatinous cube, there is a bit of a muffled sound of these arcane explosions, but you could only assume that is because a lot of this gelatinous surface is absorbing a lot of that kinetic energy as it sort of drums as it hits. It just went. Okay, so it is now this thing's turn. This thing is going to move twice. Use its movement.
So long, guys. So long.
As it goes to, as it gets closer to you.
I'm literally listening to Smith be like, "Don't get close to this thing," as I'm turning around and this thing rushes towards me again.
And I think as you're looking towards it, it looks like it's gliding across these gems, but also it looks like hexes in a way, where like the tendrils would and like snap forward and then pull it. So it's like sort of like it's rock climbing on these gems and pulling itself and clawing its way towards you as it somehow grew these oozy appendages
Pseudopods.
for a moment. Yeah, these pseudopods pseudopods as it sort of pulls its way toward you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, thank God for that.
Yeah.
You have advantage.
You
I
also
have
have
advantage, yeah. 13.
It was close. You can either be pushed back or move out of the way.
Imagine if it was double ones after all the other ones.
That would have been hilarious.
I'll move out of the way.
Mathematically
I'll
ridiculous.
move this way though. Can I move
We didn't roll any Arcana checks on
through it or around it?
You can move.
away?
You cannot move through it. You can like that. You can go here.
I have to go here.
Or here.
Okay.
Or there. It's either you
yeah, here would be
move
fine.
out of the way or be pushed by it. It's up to you.
Yeah. I'll go this way.
5 feet back or to the side. Yeah, exactly. You cannot be. You do not suffer the consequences. All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't want to be honest, I don't want to lead it towards the refugees. So I want to go
Yeah, super fair.
another way.
Okay, and that's going to be its turn. It didn't attack, though. I think that's just a move, right? That's an action. Oh. It can't do that anyway. Because it wasn't a bonus action. It's an action. So, that being
Can't
said,
move and use an
I
action.
can't move twice and use that action because it's an action, not a bonus action.
Oh, it moves twice.
Yeah,
very
so
slow.
it's 15. So it actually can only go.
Can it end its thing in a space of a creature or whatever that bullshit is?
Yeah, it can, but I can't do the double. Let me see if it has a reach though.
But sometimes they can do it on movement, right?
Yeah, it says the cube moves up to its speed. While doing so, it can enter a larger, smaller creature's spaces whenever the cube enters the space to make the dexterity saving throw. But it's under actions.
It's like a
Yeah.
non-Newtonian fluid, so you would like there to be resistance. And if you're not fast enough to avoid it, you just get sucked in.
I know, but what I mean is mechanically, I don't want to look the thing up because I don't want to know anything about it.
Right.
But sometimes things can just end their turn inside the space of another creature and force the creature to make the throw, and it's not an action.
Right.
Is what I mean. It's usually
No,
not
you're
a
right.
feature.
No, it is. It does say it right here. Over, not in the actions. It says, it says if it does enter the space, it does get treated as an engulf. So I could choose my action to pull you in, which is creepy, or I can just land. So yeah, we'll just do that as it was, as we were. So you were here. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And yeah, that's the turn. Refugees are gonna go. What are they gonna do?
They don't do fucking anything. I knew I should have shouted at them. But I ran away from them.
I mean, you still can.
Tom Hardy's. No, I'm fucking dancing around this horrific giant gelatinous cube thing that's about to kill me.
Yeah,
I'm
I would tell them
absolutely
to
not
stay
looking
back
at
if they're moving towards us.
Yeah, I think they're going to
have felt
try to move like to here and get like a vantage because like they're a crowd, right? They're all trying to like see, and they're all like mages, so they're ready to fire. But I think they're just going to move there, and that's it. Because I think they try to move in to help, but you say stand back.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to move to there. Ty, it's your turn. And you.
All right, well, I'm here now anyway, and I'm right next to it, so let's try and hit the thing. I wonder if I can go fucking ape shit. Why am I echoing still? Let me think about this.
Thing just pulled its way towards you.
You do have an extra action as well.
I know, I'm trying to think whether I should... It was quite slow, right?
Yeah. That turn it wasn't. That turn it moved as fast as
Yeah, that was insane.
as fast as you, but it's hard to say. It's actually really hard to
Yeah.
say because it just moved a normal amount of speed. I guess.
It's up to you to
Here's what
grab the
I'm gonna
potion I
do.
gave you.
I have the potion and I drank it. Do I need to use an action to drink it?
Bonus.
I'm not drinking it. I trust Jet, but this thing is going to fuck me up, and I think I need
bonus
to...
action. Yeah.
I think I need to distract. So I'm actually going to try and... I'm doing the thing that he does in Jurassic Park, where he lights up the thing. I light my Askren sticks as I pull them out.
Yeah, like
I
a
hit
flare.
them together. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I hit the thing a couple times. Now let me just work out my fucking action economy shit. One, I hit with the imbued Askren stick for one thing. So there's one attack, 29. Two attack, 22. It's disgusting. We leveled up, and I now have a 4 proficiency bonus, and everything on my sheet is absolutely disgusting to look at now, and I actually feel sick. I don't know if I've ever played a level 9 character, by the way, Myth.
Ooh, how
This
exciting!
is exciting as fuck, really.
That's
And also, I just feel bad and weird about it because
It's
Ty's
just
always
gonna
been
get
quite
wacky.
strong.
That inherent GM anger from players just having obscene
I'm
bonuses.
so not used to being on this side of it, where I'm like, 29 to hit, Myth, loser.
I'm just gonna start throwing unbalanced encounters at you and see if you can take it. That's all.
It's the only way
Yeah.
to counter it.
It's the only way.
the only way.
But she always hastes me as well. So it's pretty crazy. So, okay.
Is that why
so
you were shaking your head? Don't haste me. I don't need it.
No, it was just that I didn't think that
You're gonna fight
we
it.
were going to get close to
Yeah.
it so much. I would only be firing arrows, and I didn't think it would be as useful as Jet. But I light the thing up, and I hit it with the lit one, the imbued magic Askren stick, and then hit it with the other one, and I also get my extra attack, so I might as well just hit it again. I hit twice with the extra attack.
Yes,
bonus
plus
action.
one.
Yeah.
Plus one extra for haste.
Well, no, because I'm not
Well-
using it to take the attack action.
Oh.
So this is
I
my
think you
extra
can only
attack.
take the attack action with a haste.
Nope. It says you get an extra
can-
action each turn. It doesn't say. It
It
doesn't
can only be
specify.
used to
Yeah.
take attack, dash, disengage, hide.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, you know what? What am I fucking talking about? Fuck this.
Don't
dude.
you
I'm
have
fucking
other?
out.
Don't you have other things that can?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, true, you can disengage.
dude. Fuck this thing, man. I'm gonna fuck it up.
Do you have, like another action you can do?
Sorry. Let me just put the cigarette in my
yeah.
mouth because I'm playing as Brad and I need to play as Ty. Right, I'm gonna fucking hit this thing a bunch of fucking times, and I don't care if it's a fucking jelly. I'm gonna give it a fucking slap. So, I'm gonna give it another fucking slap, and I'm gonna hit it again. And now this is with my haste. As I hit it again with that, and I hit it again on the. Now this is the attack action
Just kill
on
one.
the other thing, which gives me another attack because I get extra attack
Okay.
on this fucking thing.
I trust you.
Right? Yeah. When you take the attack action, you can attack twice instead of once. So I hit the
Oh,
fucking
then I
thing
should have
again.
gotten one more.
Yeah, well,
that
you
was
did it,
stupid.
alright? So fucking.
You can
sit
roll it now
down,
if you want.
Smith, and you
It's gonna be a 1.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a one anyway.
Yeah, that'll be the natural one.
He's like, I'm not scared.
It'll undo the weave of time.
Go ahead. Pathetic. Fucking.
day.
Alright, am I missing an attack? So, attack, offhand attack, attack, offhand attack, attack, attack.
I'm not doing the
I
math.
think it's wrong, but it's only wrong in your favor. In that I think one of those isn't
All of those hit.
imbued. All of them hit.
35, 44, 55, bludgeoning.
That is why we haste Ty. That is fucking why we picked Ty.
And then another 3 from me.
Shit.
Yeah, it's not over yet. How many superiority die can I use a turn?
Okay.
Am I doing my math wrong here?
Use it again with your dice. Just use it whenever you want to fucking use it, boy. Alright, okay. So, I will blow 2 more
27 if it has
superiority
resistance.
dies. No, 1 more superiority die to give him an extra 7 on one of them. Doesn't matter if they're magical attacks or non-magical. This thing, I feel like, is one of those stupid creatures that is like... It has resistance or whatever. And normally I wouldn't ask, but I feel like we need to actually work out. Because one of these sticks is magical and one isn't.
Give me the magic.
Alright, right, Whack, you ready? 12, 7, 9, 11,
So
7.
Sorry, I lost it. It was 12,
12 plus 7
19.
plus 9
Okay, is 28,
plus 11
39
plus 7.
is 46.
Okay. And then... So that's 46, did you say?
Yes.
Okay, 46 magic damage. And then 8 plus 8
60.
bludgeoning. So probably half. So probably just 8 bludgeoning on its own. And that, I think, is all of my damage output. I've probably fucked it up. But
So you
I-
had 46,
but-
and then you had, what, 16 on top? 16 regular damage, and the rest was...
Yes, 16 bludgeoning,
Yeah,
so
okay.
it was halved, probably to 8.
Okay, so...
Not done.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm going to use Evasive Footwork, which is when I start doing my little dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my last superiority die to add 8 to my AC. So I now have a 26 AC. And I run my movement this way.
Sick. Gets to make an attack of opportunity.
Directly
So
Actually,
I'm just doing like, and again, I'm trying to get its attention. So I'm making noise the whole time. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this thing is. I don't know if it can hear or see or someone's controlling it somewhere else or what. But I bring out the Eskrima sticks, strike them together so that one of them lights up, and I just start hitting the thing, moving around it as I do so, shouting, and then as I
you're just
do so, I'm
beating
doing
on it
my,
as you like rotate around it.
yeah.
Okay.
And then I use and then I just kind of dance away from it and jog in the direction in the hopes, like, kind of waving the Eskrima stick around to try and
Because you have like
draw
this
its
bright
attention
light,
this way.
this beacon. As you do, you start to turn, and you turn and you dance away from it. And as you do, you hear a sloshing as you turn around and look, and it's gone. It is splashed and it is liquid. It's a thin, like a thin splashing liquid that is it's less viscous than it was before, as you've destroyed it.
Oh my god! I stand over there and I'm shouting to the others like, "Get the refugees out!" Wait. Oh no! Don't worry, it's dead.
I think you killed it.
Is it dead, Jet?
I go up to it and I get a stick and I poke it.
It's a puddle. The ground that was once soft from this slime is now starting to take in whatever this liquid is.
I get a bottle and I try and take up some before that happens.
As you do. Through some whatever rigorous tests you do now, it's thinner than it once was, and it's just water.
Just water?
Yep.
You beat the acid out of it, and I pour it out.
All right. Well, good. Yeah.
Beat its acid.
I'm like breathing heavy though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the 10 days walking
Yeah.
and then suddenly this is the first time we've had to push ourselves, like, because mechanically I've kind of burned through a lot of my shit. I'm breathing like, yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
And what the fuck was that anyway?
It looked like some sort of gelatinous cube.
Is everybody okay? I'm talking to the refugees and just making sure everybody's okay.
I think it tried to eat me. Oh, then, yeah.
All right.
I don't recommend you lick that, Jet.
No, I I regret it all the same now, all the more even. So what are these things it was using to move around? What is this?
I don't know. I got one of them.
The one that is loose on the ground, you were able to pick up. It's relatively heavy in the fact that there's nothing abnormal about its weight. There is a couple of chips and dings from where you tapped it a bunch. But besides that, it looks to be like very weak, layered glass. Like if you were to break it, it'll break in like these large, thin chips.
Does any of it resemble Tears of Geolun at all?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
Maybe to someone who doesn't know what Tears of Geolun looks like, but none of these.
Right.
These just look like a cheap glass stone. Some make.
Is it
some
safe to assume that anything that fell prey to this thing would have been just dissolved?
Yes.
So
You would
there's
probably
nothing to look for.
You'd probably
Okay.
come up with that. Well,
Turn your volume back up.
which one? Me?
Yes, you. Yeah,
It
your
is
volume
back
went
up.
down.
I would like to investigate to see if there's any loot, because I like looting.
Okay.
Get my arrows back.
I am very bad at looting, and now I hate looting. This is my 4th natural one in a row, and I give up D&D.
All right, that was fun, everyone. Goodbye, Meyer.
It just cuts.
Gone. Okay. What did you roll? You rolled a natural 1 for what? Trying to.
Investigating to see if there's any loot around.
You don't really notice anything over here, in the area. There is. Make me. What did you roll? You don't see anything. You rolled a 1. You can't quite get anything. You do notice that there are these 2 looks like rounded stones on the ground where it once was.
I don't notice it because I had a natural 1. I've given up the search.
You don't even notice it.
Yeah, I think I'd be looking around just in general because I am very curious about what these things are, and if we do need to take some with us if we run into any of these creatures in the future, if we can use them as some sort of deterrent or something.
I concede the discovery to Smith.
Okay. Smith, he points out the acid eroded dice that you threw.
Yeah. I pick them back up. Just put them away. Probably can't even read the numbers anymore.
No. They look like sort of these rounded bone. Your fingers or the gauntlets now smell like sulfur, though.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think I'm going to investigate these things a little bit more. See if I can figure out what it is that they are. And if not, if I feel like it's just taking too long or what, I'll probably just grab a few of them the same way I did before, using my tinker's tools. Just try and pull a few of them out. Maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, go ahead and mark that down in your inventory. That you have a couple of these. Let's call them Fool's Crystal.
Okay.
They're not anything like the thing that we had way back at the beginning, are they?
No, it's why I asked.
No, they're not.
What was that called?
Tears of
A
Geoloon.
tear of Geoloon.
Oh, that's the Tears of Geoloon. That's what that was called, right? Yeah.
How heavy are
Fool's
they, by the way?
Tears.
Great question. I would say for you got how many?
I would have taken like 5 or 6, depending on how heavy they were.
They're probably about 3 pounds each.
Okay. Grab 6 of them then.
Which way are we going next?
Well, the path was on this side over here. This is where the footpath seems to tread. That's probably the way we should keep moving.
All right.
But I will just take a look this way and just see if there's anything we need to worry about on the other side.
Okay. Make me an investigation as you make your way over there.
I'm like shouting at the refugees and stuff as well. Just
Yeah, I
leaning
stay
and
on the
shit, like-
outside edge. so
Yeah,
that
now you
they-
know what we're looking for, all right? Keep your eyes peeled.
23.
Yeah, of course. I need you to roll me a D5.
2.
This is how many tentacles launch out of the darkness at you.
Would be on brand with the way the rest of the episode's been going.
Now a D12.
Oh, Christ.
Three.
How many pints of blood it drains from you before you're able to react.
Okay. You see, there's a couple of things here. An old. Everything I'm about to list is a bit worn and beaten, and also acid splashed, for obvious reasons.
It's the poop cave.
That's it. It's just the poop. I had a list of loot. It's gone. Okay, great. So you see old copper weapons. There seems to be an interesting patina that has been either eroded or splashed onto the metal itself. Very interesting. Also looks to be rather old. And there are 4 bottles, 5 broken bottles in this back corner over here, in this area. And
I'm gonna grab all that shit.
yeah, of course. Cool. So you've got a couple of I don't how many did I say shields or weapons and stuff? Did I?
You just said a bunch of copper stuff.
Okay, so it was 2 shields and 3 short swords, all of copper.
Copper is super useful for me and Jet.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you have some broken bottles and things, and you also see an old pair of goggles that are within this pile of stuff. There's everything else is sort of old and scratch, and looks like it's been either just too damaged or too brittle to use. But you are able to recover those things, a couple of those bottles, and those goggles as well.
I'm sorry, you said how many shields? 2 shields?
2 shields, 3 short swords, I believe.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it over there. Other than that, it looks like it is just looks like it was the final resting place of an unfortunate party that must have been either destroyed, fallen prey to the gelatinous cube, or something from a different age.
All right. I gather up some stuff, and I give Jet 2 of the copper short swords. And I said, in case you need these for any of your recipes or anything.
Oh,
There's also
thank
some
you.
broken bottles. I don't know if that can help you.
Okay. I take them and I sheath them, I suppose.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna keep moving.
All right.
Wait, the bottles, are they empty?
Yes.
They're broken.
Oh. Okay. Perhaps I could mend them later.
I was thinking the same. You want to hold on to them, or you want me to?
If it's all the same, I don't mind. I can carry for if you need me to.
Okay. I'll just give them the broken bottles then.
Okay. I put them away.
I take a moment to watch this cooperation and this exchange between the 2 of them, and I just take that in. I'm enjoying that. They're kind of friendly now. And I remember the last time we were in a cave, we were not very friendly with each other at all. Come a long way.
I pick up my bag from where I left it and then resume rear guard duty.
There's another forking passage up here.
Evoking... Oh, I see.
This way, mate.
Okay. There are natural stairs that looks like they go downward, and then it looks like
Is that a boat?
hooks around. And as you make your way over here, you do start to see that there is a stern of an old ship creeping out of the muck here,
Sorry, what?
presuming from an age past.
Oh!
How did this get here? Some kind of boat. 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 boat up here.
The whole
Maybe
thing?
Used to be filled with
No,
water.
part of it.
Oh, this is interesting. A boat in the caverns here?
That's a big fucking boat to be in a fucking cavern like this. What does that mean?
Must have smashed its way through in some kind of storm or something.
Yes, that could be it.
The passageway up ahead. Is there enough room for it to have done so?
I don't know, I can't really see very well to my,
Not- Neither can I with these things
Or
on my
the
face.
caverns man-made. Or magically made.
Are we still under that lake? Nah. Can't be right.
You think maybe it sank from the top?
Well,
Well,
yes, but if it did, then the cave grew on top of it.
also, we've been moving for what?
A while.
7 days? 8 days? How long's it been
I
here?
think it's more like 10 or 11 at this point.
We've been burning the candles to make sure.
Well, Blue Falls is long behind us then.
Make me,
Right.
Unless these caverns go under the sea.
make me survival checks. Disadvantage.
That's horrific.
With advantage or disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
I'm honestly
Disadvantage.
just assuming that we have no fucking... We don't know
This is in
when
regards
day
to
and night
navigation.
cycles.
22 with disadvantage.
Okay. Wow. Jet.
5 for me.
Hello?
19.
You sort of recall. Who has the map?
I think Vasha does.
I was gonna say me, but I couldn't remember if that was a different
She does.
character. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'd say Varsha.
In every campaign, make people have the map.
Yeah. I think with help from Varsha, who has the map, you are able to map out 12 days.
Ooh.
And it's as the mole digs, because we're going straight, yes?
Not going straight.
No. Okay.
But that is sort of what you can deduce with your... Without having to map out and remember every winding turn you went. Generally, you're near Trader's Reach.
I see. If we are near the cove of Trader's Reach, maybe perhaps there might be some sort of cave network where this thing may have sunk through. Oh. Oh no. Hopefully it doesn't mean that with the tide comes water.
Yeah, but there's no, and I'm looking around like up at the, ceiling of this cave. There's no opening wide enough for this for even this half of the ship to get through, is there?
Right.
How old is this ship now? How long's it been here?
No, but I am worrying more about the fact that if we're near a Trader's Reach and this is a boat, then if there's high tide, low tide, tide outflow, there might be...
That's what I'm worried about as well.
Right.
Is there an opening that looks like this ship could have come through?
No.
No. Okay. Well, that's also alarming.
Is the
How old
ship
is the ship?
embedded? Yeah, is it embedded in
It's
the
embedded.
dirt?
It is embedded in the dirt. Like it is coming out of the dirt as if it was buried from a
Is
age
there
past.
is there a maiden head on it, and does it have a title on the ship?
Yes. The title on the ship... Actually, make me an investigation.
Ten.
10?
Yep.
It does have a maidenhead. You could not find any sort of inscription or any sort of engraving of a name anywhere, or a carving or anything. But you do see that it has The Maiden head seems to be of a lot of. It seems to be the top half of what looks to be a youthful human, and their legs seem to be goat-like as they sort of wrap around and clutch behind onto the boat stern itself, or onto the bow itself, excuse me. Out forward, like the bowsprit itself, it looks like to be a large bugle. So it seems as if it's like an old satyr that is blowing a bugle as a horn as the Maidenhead. But it also looks like time has not been kind to it.
Like, yeah, but how old are we talking? Because it would have to be, I mean, we're talking
I look at the wood.
hundreds of years, maybe thousands for something like this to grow on top of it.
I look at the wood and see if maybe perhaps I could ascertain the age of this thing.
Sure. Give me a history or an investigation. Up to you.
History or investigation? Okay. 20.
With advantage, because Brother Sykes is going to help you.
20.
20. Okay, perfect. With a 20, it seems he also says it feels like it's been well petrified and much harder than I would expect. A couple of layers have been eroded over some years, but still seems to be some preservation underneath of the bones of the thing. As he's plucking away at some of the rotted wood from on top, but just under the layers of some of this spongy wood, or where it's been trodden a bunch by the people that pass through here, it is much harder, meaning that it has been petrified well. He deduces that it could be maybe a 200-year-old boat, but he also says there is times where there is, much like the reason we all ended up in Turkey, which it could very well be the same reason why they have had an unfortunate demise down here. We were, I guess, the lucky ones.
Spellwind bullshit. All right, come on, everyone. Let's move on.
Right.
Don't need to worry about the boat.
Come on, let's go. Yes,
Spellstorm.
Like trying to usher people on.
Makes sense.
My immediate reaction to Spellwind bullshit every time.
Spellwind bullshit. Let me reveal right up here. This alcove opens up. There's a walkway and a path that continues south. But as you make your way up this way, you notice that there is also an old toppled statue just in the north end of this.
Immediately pull my sticks out because in the gloom it probably doesn't look like a statue immediately.
Yeah, it probably
and
looks
then-
like a person.
Yeah,
and my eyes focus a little.
and when your eyes do focus, it does look like the base is toppled over and it's sort of standing on where, like, right below the knee was probably removed and crumpled due to time, but it is on this awkward angle where it's being held up by its knee and its missing leg, and the base is just sort of up on this 45-ish degree angle. But the figure before you is it looks to be humanoid, but in the fact that it is serpentine and not like snakes you've seen, but more like an eel. There are these phalanges of long fin-type hood that would go and wrap around its shoulders and down its back. And it looks like that this is also made of copper. Over time, though, it has that greenish rust and oxidation hue as this statue, this figure, sort of looms and watches you all as you sort of pass through.
I slap Sykes on the arse immediately. Oh, no, or is something happening?
What are you going to do with Sykes? Oh, let's go back to that scene.
So long as there isn't, like, poisonous arrows launching at us, and we're just
Laughing
walking
gas.
towards this thing still.
Okay.
I slap him on the butt and say, "There you go, Sykes. What's that? Does that belong here, or is that more Spellwind bullshit?"
Don't know what it is.
You can't see, Ty.
What
Of
do
course
you
he can
what?
see. You can see, can't you?
Sometimes I could see, but not. I can't see down here.
I can close my eyes and not see a bit. You know what I mean? Sight ain't with your eyes, Smith.
Which way's the path going?
South.
I'll have a look.
I follow.
Okay. As you approach this copper oxidized statue of some sort of creature, eel-like, also feminine as well, as you see behind it are tapestries of a snake. It's like a double Ouroboros, a snake that is eating an eel that is eating a snake. And that is where we are going to end the episode today.
What the
What's that?
fuck? Dude, straight up chrono trigger. Just walk out and it's like thousands of years have gone by.
That would suck, but I wonder if it'll happen.
Are you kidding? It would make
Brad and PB's millennia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fucking God King has taken over the whole continent.
Oh, dude.
Shit.
Yeah.
We've been samurai jacked.
Keep
And then we have to go
talking,
back
I'll
in
write this
time
down.
to.
Oh no, back in time. I hate
Dude,
time
we come
stuff.
out.
I'm
The God King has taken
born
over the entire
favorite.
continent, but it's Varsha.
Right.
That would be insane.
What a
After the
fun
weird
reality that would be.
Conversation
Gotta go kill Varsha.
where I
Gotta go kill
sold her
myself.
to a god at one point.
Yeah, it's because of that. Uh-huh. Well, that was Spellwind. I don't know what episode this was. 88 something.
38, I believe.
70 billion. Oh no, right. I'm thinking about Rhyme. Rhyme's up there. Yeah, 38. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. We're gonna go around, talk about ourselves and decompress a bit. Let's start with Meyer.
Hello, my name is Meyer, and I played Jet today. Today was a lot of fun, as always. I mean, like, obviously this trek through Blue Falls is gonna have something ridiculous down the line. I'm sure that gelatinous cube has only done wonders for Cord's imagination now. He's like, okay, you know what? This was supposed to get them some trouble, but maybe now I have to have 5. Just
I
to
burned
deal
all
with
of
time.
my bullshit on that, so...
Oh, man. But,
Well, I say it was a good investment, right? In, like,
mm,
at least none of us are harmed.
Uh-huh.
You guys have still got spell slots
Unscathed.
and
I'm
shit.
pretty sure the cube can do like an insane amount of acid damage if it gets
If
I
like,
don't
it's
know.
so-
armor, no?
If you get
Actually.
trapped in there, yeah.
Yeah, it like will kill you. So I'm GG.
I was pretty
think that was
confident I
worth it.
wouldn't, because he gave me an inspiration point, and I was like, I can either use that, but I also just got that indomitable thing,
You take
which lets me...
66
Oh.
acid at the start of every one of your turns if you're engulfed
Yeah,
by
it's-
it.
6d6.
6d6, yeah. You would get 21 on average.
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So it would kill Ty instantly and turn him into
kill me
slush.
in half a turn. You were all like, oh yeah, Ty's really strong, you can put loads of damage out. If I get caught once, I go down every time. Don't forget that I'm a
that's
fucking
happened.
lost
True.
cannon.
One drop of the acid hits
Yeah.
Ty, and he looks like the end of Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, could have come in, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like it's all
Yeah.
fun and games, laughing at how good Ty is at getting away from stuff until I run out of shit,
Yeah, until
and then
you
I'm
can't.
instantly dead.
Yeah. Yeah. And guess what? You've run out of shit.
And I've run out of shit, so we'll see.
Perfect.
But yeah, otherwise, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for watching, guys. You can find me at twitch.tv/Meyer, where I do a bunch of Star Citizen stuff. There's a new wipe happening tomorrow, which basically means that the game gets to be a game again. As we like get to play all the new content on all that stuff. I do a bunch of RP stuff, although mostly it's offline on other people's channels and stuff like that. So I guess, find me through the Has route or whatever it's called. Otherwise, yeah, that's me. Find me on Tuesdays too, where I play Lear in Kingmakers, which is another amazing table story game that you guys should just definitely check out. It's freaking cool. But that's it. That's me. I'm good at shoutouts, as you can tell. Brad.
Hello, it's me, Brad.
Oh,
Brad. I can't do it. I played Ty. I have no damage output left.
it'll be fine.
I think I can survive a little longer,
You
but
blew
I don't
all of
have.
your spell slots because
I did. I pulled a Varsha because I'm
you're
twin bonded.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
I noticed that. I
Spell
was
bonded.
like, oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
does that mean that I will
Maybe not.
do less? Yeah, maybe not do that.
Well, I was tempted to, I was gonna listen to Smith and just stand back and fire arrows at the,
I never listened to Smith, so you decided.
It's collaborating. I'll be honest, it was because I ended up right next to the fucking thing, and I was
Yes.
like, well,
Yeah.
it's
Things
probably a
movement
better
is
idea to
terrifying.
fucking just hit it. Yeah, I didn't expect
Yeah.
to be like standing next. Well, it to be standing next to me, I guess.
That's
So I was
actually
like,
the only
fuck
reason
it.
why I did the haste was so you guys could disengage or get out of there. I wasn't expecting you to be able to use it to attack.
Yeah, but tie.
Yeah, so
Yeah, tie and spell.
right then.
Instead, I hit it as many times as I could because it's just so incredibly fun to do. It's so hard not to do that as well, like because I know that with extra attack and all the other shit, a couple more levels, I think I get another extra attack. So
That's
I can't
wait.
wait to see. Yeah.
Well, we'll see if you
Probably
can make it
not
out of the tunnels, the wandering.
Not gonna survive that long. Myth is like, we have to get him out of this. Come on, we gotta nerf him. Something has ripped an arm off of you. An eel comes out of the wall and rips one of your arms off, and you can only attack once. I love this, man, and I'm really enjoying seeing how this world builds around us. Like, I do enjoy the fact that we can just be walking through a cave, and then Myth is like, "Oh, there's a ship there."
Dude,
which
so
is
cool.
just like because there's so many reasons that it could be there, but the fact that like it's probably Spellwind bullshit, like the
Spellstorm.
A little bit of me was worried that this was our other ship from the Spellstorm, the one that we lost, or like maybe something like that. But then I was like, I don't know. Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
sweet. The Nubian. What? Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
From
And then we have to
Solo.
figure that out.
Lorcan
and
is
they're
like
in his-
underneath the ground.
Oh, that would be so good.
Well, that's like I was thinking like that's whose
Yeah.
stuff we just picked up from the cube.
It was
one
copper
of-
though, so I was like,
Yeah,
Right.
It's from a
probably
different
really
age.
old shit. Yeah.
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 The Copper Age.
The Copper Age. Anyway, my name's Brad. I play Sekiro. Speed run any percent. No damage runs. I'm on the final boss. Probably going to play it all day tomorrow in an attempt to complete the game and never, ever play it again. Just pure stress.
Good luck.
On Friday, I'm going on a date with Maya, and then on Saturday, we're doing game votes on my channel, so you can pick the game that we play next. So if you want to watch that, you can do that. If not, I'll see you on all of the varying shows that I'm on this, including Kingmakers, Spellwind, and I'm special guest on the 100 Club on Monday. Isn't that right, Wayne?
Ooh.
Get me in
I had to see Brad's reactions on the Discord.
The Thirst Club.
Oh, man.
I didn't realize I could be so attracted to a fish. Anyway, Whack. What is 100 Club, Whack?
Hey, look at this.
Hi, everybody. I'm Wax Steven. I played Smith for you today. Yes, 100 Club just premiered on Monday. It is a sci fantasy bounty hunter adventure, and it's very funny, and the cast has just been absolutely wonderful. And I think it's going to be a really, really fun, cool show. You should definitely come check that out. The podcasts are getting worked out, and as soon as we have links for the podcasts, we will put those up on the webpage as well. But definitely go check that out. And we've got the finale for Rime of the Frost Maiden coming up. It will probably be this week. It will probably be on Friday. But I don't know. It really will depend on what the players. So. Yeah. You definitely want to watch the last episode if you have not seen it yet, before you check out the next episode on Friday. So make sure you catch up if you haven't done so. Otherwise, make sure you're following us here on Table Story. Thank you so much for watching. Come hang out on our Discord, tablestory.tv/Discord. Make sure you go support Cord here with Spellwind and check out patreon.com/Spellwind. And I'm probably forgetting other stuff, but I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, PB.
Hi, I'm Pumpkinberry. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Pumpkinberry, and I'm here on Tuesdays GMing Kingmakers.
Kingmakers.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Follow us
Thank
all,
you.
everyone.
This is amazing.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun today. Wanted to do a bit of there's so much travel right now because you have to go across the map. So it's I don't.
PB loves travel.
I know. I didn't
Love
want
it
to.
so much.
I didn't
It's
want
my
to go.
favorite.
I didn't want to. Yeah. Anyway, so it was. We did a bit of a jump.
It's a fun way to
but
do it.
also
Just,
It is
jump,
amazing.
Jump
I
10
enjoyed
days and
every
then
second.
have a
Yeah.
bit, or,
and then have a thing. Yeah. So instead of worrying about blah blah blah. Anyway, so it was fun to do. I'm excited to see what happens next week. A little bit of a dungeon here, a little bit of a crawl, and we'll just see what's in store. And you fell for my trap, which was blow all of Ty's stuff immediately, and it happened. So better than I thought it would. So cool. When the gelatinous cube died, and I was like, "All right, great, thank you."
ultimate trap, a gelatinous cube.
I know, it was awesome. So and I really liked that entire scene with the discovery of trying to figure out what it was, and everything was super cool, and seeing both artificers trying to figure it out was really cool and not something that I intended.
I have a question about the gelatinous cube encounter, if you want to reveal it or not. So
sure.
if we didn't pull the weird crystal thing, would it not have attacked us?
I have anyone investigating disturbs the crystals or activates the gelatinous cube encounter.
Okay.
So
Would you have rolled for the refugees if they were like, "Ooh, shiny"?
yeah, I probably would have. I don't. Yeah, I want to say no, but I likely probably would have. Yeah. So it was a good way to deal with it before they did, because that probably would have been way worse. And like I said, I mean, it wasn't.
Somebody would have definitely died.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to kill anybody, but it was just definitely supposed to be a hindrance, and it was. It was pretty cool.
I did 3 damage.
Hindrance.
I did 0 damage.
Think of
I
hindrance.
stood there and was like, "Gee, good job."
I actually have a pretty cool thing
Touch
that
nothing but the lamp.
that I have a cool reaction that Sykes can do, and I was ready to do it, but it died before then, so that's fine. But yeah, anyway, thanks everybody for watching. This was a lot of fun. We're going to be doing a rhyme on Friday, so come by and check that out at 5 p.m. EDT, EST, right? It's Daylight Savings, EDT. And
Eastern time, just say
Eastern.
I just
You're right.
say
Eastern
Eastern.
time. That just makes sense. Yeah. And I'm Mythematic. You can follow me twitter.com/Mythematic. See what I'm up to stuff, when I'm up to stuff. I also stream. I've been doing some TikToks recently about Star Citizen and Star Citizen roleplay with Meyer as well.
They're
And
very
I've
good.
uncovered a whole archive of a bunch of old content about Star Citizen. So I'm excited to dust those off and edit those and get those out into the world for all of you. Like me on the things. Support me on the things. Support us all. Thank you so much. This is a lot of fun, and I can't wait for next week. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye. I pressed a bunch of buttons today, and I screwed it all up. Hopefully this one works. Bye, everyone.